Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hit my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is. Hey, listen.
All right, we're all here. So thanks everyone for joining. Welcome to the dating game. Coworkers here. Got my co-host here and a couple of guests, and we're just gonna go around the the room here, around the windows to introduce everyone. So since we have Precious at the top left, we're gonna start with you. So go ahead and just tell the viewers your age, where you're from, what you're into, any social media handles, anything like that. You know the drill, pretty much.
I am Precious. My YouTube page is TheRealPrecious, where we have real conversations. We try to give real solutions. I'm in my 30s. I'm not gonna give y'all the
we do that.
But I'm in my mid 30s. How about that? I'll give you a little bit more. In my mid 30s. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight. I'm excited about the conversation we're gonna have.
Cool. All right. Thank you. King.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I am the actual King Smith. Yes, this is my government name. I am one half of the co-host of The Dating Game with Sean. I also do my own content on the actual King Smith. You can find me pretty much across all social media platforms. Holla at your boy.
All right. And Lady J in the bottom right.
Hi. I am 30. I'll be 30. I am accepting all forms of gifts. Podcast, real talk, pushing that over to YouTube. So eyes and ears open for it. And I'm excited to be having me.
All right. So, choppy for you guys too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or is it just me?
Yep.
Is it just
She
me?
was real choppy for me. I could hear like every other word.
Okay. Let me try it.
All right. So while she's getting her internet, no, it sounds a lot better now. Were you on Bluetooth before or something?
Well, but it's better now.
You got choppy again for a minute.
Happening again.
Yep. Hey man, we have a struggle stream going on, but you know what? We'll rock through it. We'll get through it. Hey, Lady J, if you can be on Wi-Fi, if you can't be on Wi-Fi, then let us know.
All right, anyone who's checking into the room right now, so we got a couple of videos, like button for us. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well. All that helps the channel, helps us grow, helps get the word out there, get our faces seen, and people loving us. So really appreciate it. Just take a second, hit that like and that subscribe. All right. So tonight we are talking about yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry.
We're talking about dressing for the position you want. Now, I also like to try to put out titles that are a little bit incognito, if you want to call it that. And basically, this is going to be talking about how women tend to dress nowadays, modern women, and we're talking about traditional women as well. And we're going to kind of be putting under a microscope, and basically about dressing for this position you want, marriage. Then you probably should, you might be dressing a certain way. If you're looking for a little fling, friend with benefits, a little buddy, then it's fine to dress another way. These are just, thoughts, opinions on our side. It's up to you if you want to use the information we're going to talk about and we're going to give tonight. That's definitely up to you. But we're going to get into a little video here real quick. It's about a 3-minute video. It's from a different content, ChishaZed. Excuse me. I think The Real Precious. Did you do a live with him already?
No, I didn't. I don't know if he does lives with other people. Does he? ChishaZed?
Yeah, I've seen him do lots of them. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Maybe I'll look alike.
Yeah, he's been getting real. Yeah.
I do like his videos.
He's been getting real big as of late.
Video with him. Little, shameless plug.
Yeah, right. Well, if he sees it, there you go. Maybe we can get him in here for one of these lives too. But yeah, like I say, he produces great content, and we're just gonna quickly review one of his videos to get this rolling. So just everyone bear with me. It's my first time using it, so hopefully it goes off without a hitch. And his are aplenty. I know, right? Oh, here it's loading in, so it's going slow.
Yeah, man, this brother does fantastic content.
Yeah, he does.
A good relationship with a good man conversation. All right, so the guy sends the first text to his girlfriend and says, hey babe, Saturday is a celebration. I want you to come. She responds and says, really babe? With the heart, smiley emojis. I get to meet your parents? Yay. How should I love? He responds and says, formal. All my family will be there. This is a big step for me. They never met any of the girl. She says, wow. Teary-eyed emoji. It's true. If you come over on the thing, I'll come over. I need babe. So guys, this is the interesting. Responds and says, anything, babe. And then the friend asks, can you please not wear colored hair and the wavy makeup? With your natural, don't need a lot of makeup. Parents, old school. Then responds, wait, ... Babe, what does the hair I wear, makeup have to do with meeting your folks? Question mark and the exclamation mark. He responds and says, babe, my sister, when she wears colored, they think, I to say, I want you. I'm not trying to upset. Just responds with, I like. Basically, your parents are judgmental. Does your mom wear wigs? To which he responded, what does that matter if she wears wigs? They match her real hair. Babe, that's not the same. She responds, she wear them shits, and that ain't the real her, right? She covers her real hair with the fake wig, right? So you're telling me to match your hair, mom, wigs? He responds and says, if you remember, I told you last year my mom was sick. She had cancer. That is why she wears wigs. You know what? It's okay. You don't have to come. To which she responds, shaking my head. You should have told me that it was cancer. Now you're trying to make me feel bad. Now I look like the bad girlfriend. If I can't be myself around your family, I want to ever meet them. I'm not faking for anybody, babe. He responds and says, I didn't have to tell you those details about my mom. You wore your natural hair for that administrative assistant job, right? Because you knew the cut would be a no-go, but you can't do the same thing. She responds and says, wow, that was for a job. It's saying, maybe it ain't time for me to meet your parents. I'm not changing my or makeup. Period. Okay then.
All right. So, cut that off. Awesome people. So, what you guys think of that? Any thoughts? Well, first.
Uh-oh, did they freeze? I think we're having major
hold on.
issues here with the
Bring them back in. Yeah. All right. How we this audio good?
That sounds better.
I can hear.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so did you guys hear most of the video or catch the drift of the video?
It was a little choppy, but I caught the gist of it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, basically,
I definitely of it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I definitely caught the gist of the video.
Okay, good. So yeah, so basically he was just kind of saying that he wanted his girlfriend to come to an event with him, and he wanted her to dress a certain way, a bit more respectable because his parents are a bit old school, and she had an issue with it. And the issue was, she wants to wear whatever color hair she wants, her wigs and her nails and this and that. And he asked her politely and nicely if she could just tone it down for this one time. And she caught an attitude with him. Personally, if I was in that situation, I probably would have handled it the same way, or I probably just would have ended it with her. I mean, that's not a big ask to ask your significant other, hey, can you not dress in that manner around my family? They're very important to me. And if he's important to her, then that should be important to her as well to do that for him.
Um,
go ahead.
My question would be, why isn't she important enough for him to ask his parents to accept her for who she is and as she is? I mean, I understand that his parents are important to him, but if the relationship is serious, shouldn't she be important enough to him for him to go to his parents and say, hey, this is who my woman is, or my wife, girlfriend, or whatever. I'm going to need you to accept her for who she is. I mean, I'm just saying, in my opinion, that instance can go either way.
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
It seems as though he wants her to be natural, but he didn't meet her that way. And so to expect her to do something opposite of probably how he met her is going to be foreign to her, and she's going to give pushback to that. Because if you meet somebody who's wearing a wig, and probably majority of the time she wears her wigs and they're colorful and she likes them, and so be that she likes it, right? But now you want her to meet your parents. And these are people that, are probably, not into the wigs, not into, the whole flashy, scene. And it's kind of hard for him to say, don't do that, when that's how he met her. So it's like, do you want someone who's natural and who don't wear the wigs, or you just don't want your parents to meet her like that? Because if you're worried about your parents judging her, then secretly you're judging her.
Absolutely.
No,
I agree.
No, I think that's a new way of thinking. It's a new age way of thinking, because the saying goes, put your best foot forward, and you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, So it's not like he's saying you have to be this way. He's saying this is your first time you're meeting them. It's a family function or what have you. Can you dress down? Because there's going to have to be compromises throughout the relationship, not just what you're wearing, but where you might go, finances, and so on. Why make that into a big issue?
Because meeting parents nowadays is a big issue. You know what I mean? It was like she was excited about meeting his parent, like, oh yay, I get to meet your parents. And then it's like, I have a favor. Can you not wear your wig? That's probably big for her. So you're telling both people to minimize something that's big in both of their lives. And to do that really, right before you go to meet the parents is probably not the time. I feel like that's probably should be a conversation that you have with her. If you feel like that's going to be an issue, don't do it right before you're going to have her meet your parents. At least, ease her into it, because women don't, you come at the hair and all and the weight, and you already know it's a whole, it's not just, yes, babe, okay. It's a lot more after that. So, he didn't use emotional intelligence there to really, it's deeper than just wearing a wig and not wearing a wig. Obviously, it's deeper to her.
Now, I see his reasoning for ask and side with him on it. The part that made me kind of take a step back was her immediate response of going from here to 10 ASAP and basically coming back at him and saying something along the lines of, why the F, should I have to, change or do whatever.
Can we repeat that part? Is there any way we can repeat that because it was very choppy, so I didn't really get a clear understanding of her response either. I didn't mean to cut you off either, King. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, Sean, go ahead and just keep hosting, and I'll see if I could find maybe just the screenshots of it.
Okay.
I've got it. Yeah. It should come up here in a sec.
Says, wow, tear emojis. Don't make me. And says, it's true. And then she says, I have a nice dress for the occasion. If you come over tonight, I'll show you. And the boyfriend responds with, okay, I'll come over after work. Also, babe, I need a big favor. So guys, this is where the story gets really, really interesting. She responds and says, anything, babe. And then the boyfriend asks, can you please not wear colored hair and the wavy makeup? You're beautiful with your natural brown hair. You need a lot of makeup. Then she responds, wait, ... Babe, what does the hair I wear and the makeup have to do with meeting your folks? Question mark and the exclamation mark. That's when he responds and says, babe, my parents get on my sister when she wears colored wigs and heavy makeup. They think it's ghetto.
Put that coffee down.
We don't like that coffee. He goes on to say, I want them to meet the real you is all. I'm not trying to upset you. Just asking. And so his girlfriend responds with, the real me is wearing what the F I like. So basically your parents are judgmental? Does your mom wear wigs? To which he responded, what does that matter if she wears wigs? They match her real hair. Babe, that's not him. She responds, but she wear them shits. And that ain't the real her, right? She covers her real hair with the fake wig, right? So you're telling me to wear my natural hair while your mom wears wigs? Responds and says, if you remember, I told you last year my mom was sick. She had cancer. That is why she wears wigs. You know what? It's okay. I don't have tuition in my head. You should have told me that it was cancer. Now you're making me feel bad. Now I look like the bad girlfriend. If I can't be myself around your family, I don't want to ever meet them. I'm not faking for anybody, babe. He responds and says, I didn't have to tell you those details about my mom. You wore your natural hair for that administrative assistant job, right? Because you knew the colored hair would be a no-go, but you can't do the same for me? She responds and says, wow, that was for a job. It's not the same. Maybe it ain't time for me to meet your parents. I'm not changing my hair or makeup. Period. He says, okay then.
All right. Information now. Hopefully that was clearer. So that was a part. I mean, it was a bad one in the beginning.
He escalated that, if I may. He escalated that.
He escalated? Come on,
yes,
Lisa.
Absolutely.
Come on, Lisa.
Yes, absolutely. Listen to what he says to her. It's very gaslighting. It is very gaslighting what he says to her.
What part?
I don't think she's the one who escalated it.
Yeah.
You say what part?
If y'all can post the screenshots back up, I can tell you exactly where. Because I want to quote this shit. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all cuss or not here. I don't know if King told y'all I cuss a lot.
Cussing fine.
So let me know.
Yeah, cussing fine. Yes, just maybe just have it up. Maybe don't have ooh.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Don't have
ooh. Yeah, you don't have to.
What's that?
Mute his audio. Yeah. You don't have to play. Mute his audio. Yeah.
Go back to the beginning screenshot. The beginning.
Okay.
All right. I believe that's it.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Okay, so go to the next page. I guess that's where it starts when he says, and this is where it gets whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen to how he words this. Can you please not wear colored hair and heavy makeup? You're beautiful with your natural brown hair and you don't need a lot of makeup. My parents is old school.
Can I stop you
That
there for
right
a second?
there, that right there is escalated as hell.
Hold on. I want to stop you
It's
there for a
lacking
second because
empathy. It's lacking sympathy. Go
hold
ahead.
on.
I'm
I'm gonna stop
sorry.
you there first because the first thing you said was listen to what he said right there. That's a text message. Text messages have no inflection. So I think that's something that a lot of people tend to do. They read something the way they want to read it, whereas you can't discern inflection from a text message. But go ahead.
I think you can. I think you can. I mean, because that's like saying I can't get a feeling from reading a book. If I can understand the context of literature when I'm reading a book, then you should understand the context of literature when you're reading a text. And the way he words it, first of all, colored. That's a very I don't even like that word. You know what? I don't know what color these people are. I assume they are black. I assume their race is black. Colored is already a triggered word to be using when you're talking to black people. And then it's the colored hair as if I don't know. It's to me that's a very dismissive way of talking about her hair when her hair could be her form of expression, her form of art. So it's very dismissive to even call it colored hair. And then heavy makeup. And then to say that you're beautiful without it. You're beautiful in your natural. Of course. But if you met this woman this way, and you said earlier about putting your best foot forward. If he met her with a wig on, what about the wig makes her foot best or not?
We don't know how he met her. So that's a moot point. We really can't, go into that because we don't know how they met. He could have met her when she had no makeup on and no wig.
I don't
Maybe they
think
met
he would
at
be
a gym.
asking. I don't think he'd be asking like this if wigs were not something that she wore very often. I don't think so. And even if it were, I think there's a more sensitive way, a more emotionally
Okay, let's hear that. How would you like to hear this go down that would be more acceptable?
That's what I want to know.
I wouldn't say colored hair.
Okay,
I wouldn't say colored hair. I would say, do you mind? Do you mind wearing your natural? You're very beautiful in your natural. I would love to see you in your natural. I would make it about what he wants to see, not his fucking parents.
Wait, hold on. In the very first paragraph,
She's not having sex with his parents. So like she said, like the young lady said earlier, if you're telling me what your parents would judge me on, then that means you're judging me too. So why don't you tell me what you want to see, how you want to see me, not how your parents want to see me. Come to me and be like, hey, I think you're very beautiful in your natural. Can you wear your natural for me today, baby? Yeah. That would have been a better way to say your colored wig and your heavy makeup. That's very gaslighting.
He says, "Can you please?" He asked, and he said, "Please, can you please wear your?"
But please doesn't negate all of the other negative words in there. You can say please. You can say shut the fuck up, please, and it doesn't make the shut the fuck up any worse.
What negative words?
It doesn't.
If anything, he's being descriptive and using factual information.
He's being descriptive and very gaslighting and very dismissive of her feelings, though. Oh, because, okay, just the fact that he has it worded like that, do not wear colored hair and heavy makeup, that to me already tells that he has a problem with it. He's too afraid to say that he has a problem with it. So now he's putting the problem on his parents when it's not really his parents. It's his own judgment. And if he was going to judge her that hard to go meet his parents, then he should have never talked to her in the first place.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like, I don't know if gaslighting is the word, because I mean, I guess I'm like in the middle of like these new age words that come out now. So like, I'm still not sure what gaslighting is, but I think the message, can you please not wear colored hair and heavy makeup? You're beautiful with your natural brown hair and you don't need a lot of makeup. Without my parents is old school, I feel like that's exactly how he feels about her. But he doesn't want to. This is a perfect opportunity for him to express that, because everyday living is just everyday living. So he's going to let her be her. But meeting parents again is something that is monumental in a man's life.
Yes.
And so it has huge weight on him, and like you said, first impressions. And I agree. If this is huge for him, you know, make it about you and not your parents, because now I feel like I'm not good enough for you and I'm not good enough for your parents if this is how you're bringing it to me. I love that idea. Make it about him. Babe, can you wear your natural hair for me today? I love you in your natural hair. Yeah,
Absolutely.
or something.
I think he would have gotten a different response.
Yes. And I think that's an issue with men and women, because men, they want women to be skinny. They want women to be natural. They want women to be a certain type of way. Rightfully so. You have that right. But at the same time, the communication between the sexes get lost because you're so adamant about being that way. And a woman is very expressive. A woman is not going to eat chicken every single night of the week. She's going to want to switch it up. She's not going to want to wear a pink shirt every day. She might get the same shirt in different colors. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're with her and you love her, then I would agree, make it about you, because she's going to want to make you happy. In turn, that would make you bringing her to your parents even a more joyous occasion than her feeling like, oh my God, what am I going to be? What, she's already going to feel, you know, less than walking into the room, even if she wore her natural hair, honestly.
Yeah.
Because this is now a conversation that's like, oh, gotta come then. It's like, well, damn. What you mean? Like, we're not gonna get through this? It's either I don't wear my natural hair or not, or I don't come. I don't disagree with what.
And the whole time she's going to be trying to please his parents instead of being there enjoying the moment with him, because now he's made it about what his parents like and don't like. And that's the other part to me that's very dismissive to her, because you turn around to tell her that your mother wears wigs. So you're telling her that my mother is going to want you to be a certain way that she's not even going to buy it to. So that's going to make her feel even more less than, because now your mother is allowed to do things that you don't even want me to do because of your mother and your father. That's not, it's a lot of pressure put on her, unnecessary pressure.
Lady
He
J,
said that his mother was wearing wigs because she had cancer. That's why his mother was wearing wigs.
Okay,
cancer.
but also he didn't tell her that she had cancer at first. He said, I told you that my mom was sick last year, meaning that he told her that the mom was sick, but never told her what the deal was. And whether it was cancer or not, I feel like he shouldn't have even thrown that up in her face. Like, even that, now you're making her feel bad about something that you easily could have.
That's not.
Go ahead.
That's not only in her face. He's letting her know.
But it is throwing it in her face, because people wear it. It shouldn't matter why she wears wigs. It shouldn't matter. You don't. Okay, did he ask her why she wears wigs?
So
like, how does she know she doesn't have hair problems? How does she know she's secure? She's not insecure with her natural hair.
Bring it up.
Why did he? If it didn't matter, why did he?
Why the girlfriend bring it up?
Okay, then why did he?
No, he responded, she wears wigs because she had cancer.
And if it mattered so much to him, why did he just now say something about it?
Because they weren't until now. Well, the girlfriend wasn't the parents until now. So he probably thought it wasn't a reason to tell her. There's no important. Maybe their relationship was super new at that point, and he didn't want to delve that deep into the relationship. That's sensitive information. I wouldn't want to tell someone I've just started dating that my mother's sick, or she has cancer, or she might pass away. That might add undue stress to the relationship. There's plenty of reasons why he could and probably didn't say so. You still there?
Yeah, I personally feel if you have an issue with her wearing wigs, that's not something that you should have accepted. If you know what I mean, because it's like, is the only time she don't have to wear a wig is when you go to the parents? Is that the only time? Because now it's like, what's the schedule?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, so here's I think what the big bombshell was at the end. I'm gonna skip just so we all are on the same page.
All right, and So, Sean and group, here's my thing too.
Mhm.
I think she made a mountain out of a molehill, and B, his
Correct.
request to me wasn't a difficult ask. And in my opinion, she was the one that came to that with a very combative and disagreeable attitude that a lot of folks now are really just starting to like not put up with. Period.
Mhm. Now, that's a very good point, King. I'm going to read what he says. I don't know if everyone can see it. It might be small on their screen. So I'm just going to read what the gentleman says. I didn't have to tell you those details about my mom. You wore your natural hair for that administrative assistant job, right? Because you knew the colored hair would be a no-go, but you can't do it for me. So she knew that she probably wouldn't have gotten that job position, and she was willing to make that sacrifice to not wear colored hair to get a job. But he's asking her to not wear the colored hair for the first time when he meets her parents, which then, if you want to go down the street, signifies that she's being disrespectful to his parents. So what's more important to her, the job or her love life? So I'd love to hear a response on that one.
I would say what's more important to her, honestly, is just whether it's the job or her love life, is to feel comfortable. I can understand the argument of, look, you went into work and you knew this color hair wouldn't work because it's not professional, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going into a professional setting. When you're going to meet someone's parents, you're going into a family setting, a personal setting. And so when you're going into a personal setting, you will want to feel comfortable in your personal, how you personally look and what personally makes you feel good. Now, again, I will keep saying, if he don't want a woman to wear a wig at any time, he shouldn't accept a woman wearing a wig at any time. If there's going to be an exception to a rule to her wearing her wig, you shouldn't even be with her. You shouldn't be with her. Because she's not going to want to pick and choose. It's not about, well, he asked her nicely and he said, please. It's not about that. It's about her feeling comfortable. And if she feels comfortable in wigs, and you know that there's going to be a time where you're going to have to tell her, hey, look, I don't want you to wear it. That's a battle that you're willing to fight. So fight it.
Mm-hmm.
Fight
right.
it.
And you're right. And here's the thing. So if this is the hill that she's willing to die on, that she doesn't want to not wear her colored hair for this family function, I brought it back up. He said it's a formal. All my family will be there. It's a formal affair because it's his mother's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This being the hill that she wants to die on, then he can then say, like, you know what? Whatever you ask me for in the future, I can just tell you no matter how crazy or ludicrous or ridiculous it is, just because this is the precedence that we're setting because you feel a certain way or you don't want to compromise, then whatever it is you want down the road, because I don't feel that way or I don't want to compromise, then I'm just going to tell you no just because. That's the problem that's setting up down the road, because everyone knows in relationships, compromise is huge. And sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. Yeah. But she has shown that she was willing to she knew better. I'm going to say it that way. She knew better not to wear her colored hair for the job, but for the family, for his whole family, because like I said, it's a formal situation. His whole family is going to be there. She's now choosing to be disrespectful and not wanting to just wear her natural look. Why is that such a big ask?
She's a wig wearer. Most wig wearers are going to have an issue with not wearing their wig at some point if you ask them not to do it. Like,
that's ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous because you don't have to wear a wig, nor do you have a desire to put one on and try new colors. And you're a man. You of course you're going to say that's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, and what I was going to say when you said, well, down the road, you're going to ask me for something and this and that. Tit for tat in a relationship is a no-go. It's a no-go. The relationship is over. So if he has an issue with her hair and he's like, look, you can just not come to the family function, it should be over right then and there. Because you're not going to tell me, oh, well, you could just come or not. If I'm not going to come, this is probably the end of the relationship over hair. But guess what? He knew that he had an issue with that hair. So it's his issue to man up and say, hey, I can take you with the hair or I cannot take you with the hair. But you can't ask her to compromise because she came into the relationship like that and you accepted her like that.
But if they're together and she is his girlfriend, and this is going towards marriage as well, where a woman is supposed to, in the words of Kevin Samuels, be the helpmate, is supposed to be there to help the man and also be submissive. This isn't being submissive. This is being the opposite of being submissive. So what is she telling him by saying, I'm not going to put on, I'm not going to use my natural state. If your man is telling you that
he's not being
I
submissive,
think you,
he's wearing
right,
a wig.
right. But I think if the man is saying that I believe your best state is your natural state and you're supposed to be his helpmate, then where are we at then?
If you're wearing a wig and you feel most comfortable in your wig, you can't even submit to yourself to be natural. So you have to think of the mindset. You can't say, well, she's supposed to be a helpmate. You have to think of her mindset going into this and her mindset of her attachment to a wig and not you. She's not attached to you. She's attached to her wig and it's evident. So in that case, you can't call this woman a submissive woman because she wants to do what she wants to do. And then in that instance, to me, it's time to part ways because you have problems out of this woman.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing that at all. I mean, I said it from the get-go. If it was me, I would have told her either A, not to come, or 2, I would have ended it, because that's a silly reason, in my opinion, to not want to compromise. It's not like he's asking her to cut an arm off, you know?
Yeah. His ask wasn't that hard of an ask. And then when she took it from 0 to 10 immediately, because I saw no parts in that exchange where he was rude or disrespectful to her, yet she was definitely rude and disrespectful to him in her exchange back to him. I'm hoping that this is a guy that realizes that this person is going to be extremely disagreeable in the future, and he chooses to just simply cut it off and walk away.
I agree with you 100%. Lady J, is your audio working? All right. What were you saying, Precious?
I was going to say, you can't get mad at either. You know, everyone has their wants and their preferences. And, you know, who knows how long they've been dating? Who knows why he kept information from her? But at the end of the day, you know, some things come down to a mindset and not, you know, the person and why they're doing X, Y, and Z. We have to really analyze, you know, the deeper actions behind simple actions. You know what I mean? I don't think it was a hard ask, but at the end of the day, it was for her. You know what I mean? It was for her for some reason. And the way that he worded it, I don't see a problem with the way that he worded it. I just would have, if someone wears wigs and you know that there's going to be a time where you don't want them to wear it, that should be a conversation that y'all have in the beginning. Because it'll be so much, you won't get the 0 to 100. And you shouldn't get it in the first place. But some people just don't have those conversations because they don't feel like they need to. And if you're going to be a difference in her life, then be a difference and not necessarily say, oh, can you not do this today? Because I like you and your natural hair. You got to break it down to a woman and not pander her feelings. Be stern with what you're saying. But at the same time, be smart when you bring it up to her and when you say it too. If that's something that's truly important to you, her meeting your parents.
Lady J. So let's
Can y'all hear me?
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yay. Y'all had so many comments I wanted to make.
There's that lovely voice. I know you had some comments to say.
Yes, I'm over here screaming on the inside. Okay, so let's just rewind. Let's go back to the manipulation of, well, when you went for this job, you were natural, or I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember words exactly. a job, or when you apply for a job, they have certain criteria and qualifications. They're upfront with it, right? You should have had he should have had certain criteria and qualifications. He should have been upfront with it. So now that you've been okay with my wigs, whether it's every day or, every blue moon, now all of a sudden that I'm getting ready to meet your parents, it's an issue. That should have been something you brought up a long time ago. That's one. Two, the whole conversation to me is weak sauce. How weak are you? And this is just not trying to personally attack, but I cannot think of a better word. How weak are you to say in the dark, it's okay if you're like this, but if you meet my parents, you have to change for my parents. Well, I'm not marrying your parents. And as a man, you should be able to talk to your mom and your dad and be like, well, she's kind of, different, a little, it's eccentric. She likes orange hair or red hair or whatever the case may be. Because what you wear, like India Arie, I'm not my hair. Like, so I can switch it from day to day. That has nothing to do with who I am as a person. And so I feel like she went from 0 to 10 so fast is because what I would have gotten from that conversation is you're good enough for the dark, but you're not good enough for the light. And that's kind of a hard pill to swallow. And I'm gonna just assume that they've been dating each other for a while. And now all of a sudden he's saying you're not really, no, you're not good enough. You need to change who you are. Well, if this is who I am and you knew I wasn't good enough, like, why did you even pick me? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the whole submissive thing, oh my goodness, that word there. And men these days, they are dating. Submission is something that your wife does, not your girlfriend. If I don't have your last name, you cannot demand that from me.
See, that's another thing that Kevin Samuels would say that I do agree with. So being submissive or wanting to be a wife, it shouldn't be a light switch. You either are at that point in your life, or that is within you, or it's not. So it's not like we're dating, but you're not going to get these things out of me. But when you put a ring on my finger, then you are going to get these things out of me. But we all know the longer you are married, things tend to fall off. So
yeah, true.
That's when it comes out to be like, you want all the benefits or you want all the good stuff, but you don't want take the bad stuff. So it's either lights on or lights off.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a switch, but I think a lot of guys like to use the word submission just to make a woman feel like she's not, to attack, in my words, in my opinion, to attack a woman's feminine energy or her position as a woman. When it's not that we have a problem, and you can interject as a woman if you feel like I'm lying. It's not that we don't want to submit. It's just that what and who are we submitting to? He's not even consistent in what he wants from her and what he likes from her. He can't even have that conversation about wigs and heavy makeup. And how does he know it's heavy makeup? That's another thing, but I'm not gonna get on there.
Oh, we getting into that a little bit later on. Trust me.
Okay, but you can't have that conversation with me saying that you want these things from me. You had to bring your parents into it. So what am I submitting to? I feel like it comes naturally when a man is clear and consistent, and it just you can't help but to be submissive to a man who is worthy of it. Does that make sense? Am I making
Actually,
sense?
no, that's the part that I totally agree with. Her disagreeableness to me on this matter comes from the fact that, in my opinion, she doesn't fully respect him in the way that he would like or prefer. No matter what, like whether that's the fiance or the girlfriend, she doesn't respect him in a way that I think he would even consider her as a wife, down the line. If he had, there's people that talk about, maintain masculine frame, and, there's a whole lot of other stuff that kind of goes in that. But if he had that early, I don't think it matters how he asked. She would have been a lot more agreeable had she already had that type of submissiveness and respect for him.
Yeah, and I think she wouldn't have reacted like that if he was consistent in what he wanted from her. Don't tell me it's fine if you wear orange hair, except for when you meet my parents. Like, do they not? And then the day and age of social media, do they not have pictures already posted? Like, I feel like why don't your parents already kind of know something about me? At least see me. I know my parents knows it like that. I tell them I'm talking. That's why I'm be telling them when I talk to people. I tell them I'm talking to somebody. What do you look like? So, like, I don't know. I can understand. I wouldn't have delivered the message the way she did, but I can understand her being irritated over the fact that he even asked it. Like, why would you? What is the issue here? Like, is it you or is it them? And when did this become a problem?
Lady J, let me ask you a question. I don't know you. It's my first time meeting you. But let's just play a scenario here. Let's say you've got a boyfriend, right? And your boyfriend is a drug dealer or a scammer or whatever it may be that's not, the best type of person out there. Now you love him. There's no issues with it. And you want to bring him to a family function. Are you gonna be okay with him trying to sell your people's drugs? Because that's what he is 90% of the time or 100% of the time.
No, I wouldn't be. And
Why not?
that would never happen.
That's being him. That's being
when
him.
I find out that he's the friendly neighborhood pharmaceutical rep, I'm not gonna talk to him.
But in this situation, I'm saying you already know that's what he does.
Yeah, we'll be friends, but he's not gonna be my family, and I'm definitely not gonna ever.
Well, no.
Yeah, I'll be your girlfriend.
You keep changing the scenario. We're keeping with the scenario. I'm gonna stay dogged on this. You know he's your boyfriend. You know he's a drug dealer. Are you still gonna bring him to? No, not that you're gonna bring him, but you bring him. You say you want him to come to your family function. Are you gonna be upset with him if he tries to start selling your people's drugs? Because that's who he is most of the time. Or are you going to want him to say, hey, I want you to dress up. I want you to take a shower. I want you to look nice because we're going to a family function. It's going to be formal. I want you to be on your best behavior.
You're kind of backing me into a corner on this, but let's just play. I'll play.
It's the same situation, basically.
Yeah, a simple situation. Okay, I have this hypothetical drug dealing boyfriend, right? Am I going to be upset when he tries to sell my people drugs? No, because they're adults. If they want to buy them, let them buy them. But I'm not going to be like, you can't come, or can you chill out on that, blah, blah, blah. 9 times out of 10, if I'm bringing you to my family already knows everything I know about you. So they either like it or they don't. But at the end of the day, they did their part. I don't live with them. I'm not going to marry. That's illegal, first of all, and it's nasty. I'm not marrying my parents. So they don't have to like you. They do have to respect you. They don't have to like what you do for a living. They don't have to like what you look like. I am the only person. If I so choose to marry you, they got to look at you every day for the rest of my life or yours. Which one of us going to go first? Which one I don't know. But that's just the type of woman I am. When I make a decision on something, I make a decision. And I'm not going to let nobody else change my mind about it until I'm ready to change my mind about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Lady J, dunk that joke.
To the
I just wanted to say something really quick about this submission word. And I think, words mean things and words are important. And I think that a lot of times women, hear the word submission and they're just like, oh my God, you guys want us to submit. And I think, the way that I've conditioned submission to be is just compliance and to be coachable. If a man sees you can be compliant and be coachable, then to him, you're submitting. You know what I mean? You're under, under his leadership and you trust that. But I also agree with Lady J. You got to be consistent as a man. So if you accept me one way today and then don't accept it the next day, then I really can't trust you. So how am I going to be, how are you coaching me when one day you tell me it's okay to dribble like this, and then another day you tell me that I should be dribbling like this?
Because then at some point, it's just going to look like you're nitpicking. That's like the same way with constructive criticism. How can you give me constructive criticism and you ain't constructed nothing? What have you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to have Jay on right now because she makes a valid case that I have no defense on. So I'm just going to sit over here like this.
I do. It actually came from ChishaZed, actually. I'm going to give you some of his words that I've seen. And this is a perfect example. Where in life is there more than one boss or a CEO? There's never one there's never two CEOs. There's no two bosses. One person is running the show. The rest are more or less following. Now there's managers or supervisors and this and that. But we know the CEO can't micromanage every person in that building. He delegates. When there's a problem, he tells the people there's a problem, we need to fix that problem. So by you guys saying that you think that the man he hasn't been the same way the whole time, we don't know that. Maybe he just speaks up when he feels he needs to, when he sees there's an issue or something needs to be corrected. So When a woman's being submissive, it isn't saying she's a slave or she doesn't have a mind of her own. She can go do what she wants to do. But as a man, you still step in when you see there's a reason to step in. To be there all the time telling your woman that you can and can't do this, if he's on his purpose, there's no time for that. So a good leader steps in when he has to step in. But there's no two bosses. There's no two CEOs. There's only one.
Who said there's two bosses or two CEOs?
Yeah.
No, I said there's not.
Right.
Yeah, but we're not asking for it to be two bosses or two CEOs. And going back to the original topic of this guy asking her to not do what she's been doing, that's just inconsistency. And that's
We don't know that.
For
we
a
don't know
woman.
that.
If she has been wearing, and I'm assuming so because he expected her to wear makeup and colored hair. If she's been wearing that and you haven't been saying something, why all of a sudden would you say it to me now? Like that would be the way I would.
Like, why is it a problem?
Why
now?
is it why is it a problem? I don't mind.
Well, speak
doing
up when
that.
there's a problem.
Yeah,
So
I don't mind doing that, but you should have said something a long time ago. Like that's like you trying to date a stripper then telling her you don't want to strip no more. Sir, she likes stripping. Like you should have picked somebody different.
I hear what you're saying, but you keep on going to something we can't verify. We can't fact check. We don't know they've in the past. We only know what's in this text conversation.
Right. In the text, he says
clearly she was blindsided.
He talked about the job that she wore, that she didn't wear the hair for, which means she was wearing it before she got the job. So then she stopped wearing it when she got the job. So I'm going to assume that when they were together, she still wore it because there were times where he liked her natural brown hair. So there were the hair thing is an on and off thing for her. So he accepted her this way. So what I said before was it's not a huge ask, but it's a huge ask for her because she's used to wearing it when it's good for her. He wants her not to wear it when it's good for him. And if that's the case, as a man, as a leader, if you don't want a woman wearing a wig at all at some instance, you shouldn't choose to be with a woman who wears a wig at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, so before we wrap up the segment, I just want to leave it on this note. What's a bigger ask? If he had asked her for a kid or to not wear the orange hair? That's all I'm saying. There are big asks, and then there's big asks, and then there's little asks. This is a little ask. This is insignificant. If you're asking someone for a life-saving organ, then a big ask. That's something I could definitely be on her side about getting mad with. Like you're bringing this to me now. You want one of my organs to keep you. Not that I wouldn't want to have someone stay alive, but that is a big ask. That's cause for her going 0 to 100. But for him to say, "Hey, can you not wear the hair?" That's all I'm saying. There's levels to this.
I don't think it was, to me as a woman, it would not have been the question. It would be the reason behind the question, which she said was his parents. So if you are blowing in the wind one day, you blowing to the left one day when it's just me and you, and then all of a sudden you take an abrupt right and you want me to go, and it's because of somebody else that's nothing to do with this relationship. Like that's not fair to me. That's something you should bring up in the beginning, I feel like.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine bringing someone to meet my parents and saying like, don't do this when you meet them. If it's such a issue, I would probably have an issue with it first in my heart and in my soul. But if I don't have an issue with it, I'm not going to say anything to you, and you're just going to meet my parents how you are.
Right. And if they have a problem with it, they'll say something to me, and I'll tell them like, look, he living his best life. Right. I love him like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to make a prediction right now. What the Funk and Lisa are literally on different sides of the spectrum. I'm curious when we get towards this next segment, what they have to say. So, Sean.
Wait. Before you go, that one question. Would you all have the same thought? It's a work function. He's trying to get a promotion. and he's inviting the woman, and he asks her the same thing. Do you think that it's the same issue? She'll probably do it.
That's professional. It's the difference between personal and professional. If
Okay,
he
so
said, "Hey, babe, we having
I'm
a
the wrong
banquet.
person to ask about that.
If we having a
okay, so
banquet,
it's respecting his position and his job position more than the and meeting his family. Correct?
I wouldn't respect neither one, to be honest with you.
You would.
I will respect him.
So you think it's perfectly fine if he's trying to get a promotion. You heavy makeup, colored wigs, pretty much looking out of place because that.
Well, see, to me that depends on what you feel is looking out of place. That depends on what you feel is professional. That depends on how much respect you have for this structure that we call America. And since I have no respect for this structure that we call America, I can give a fuck about a promotion. I can give a fuck about your. I don't care. Me personally, I don't care enough about this society to change myself.
I give a fuck about the promotion.
I mean, you do. This is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You ask our opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't give a fuck enough about America to care about what I should look like at a white man's job.
I would do it
for
white
my man's job
because.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Well,
I wouldn't apply for it. I wouldn't even apply for the job.
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time.
Wait a minute. Your boyfriend has a promotion coming up at a job, and he asks you to tone it down, and you're gonna say, well, because I don't respect this white man, I'm gonna dress however the hell I want.
I wouldn't even be married to him. I wouldn't even be married to him. I wouldn't even be married to a man that would even change himself for the white man. So that's just me. That's my opinion. My man dreads is down to his ass. So I wish somebody would ask him to cut his fucking hair. I'm sorry, I'd cuss him the fuck out. White man, job, I don't care who it was, but that's just my opinion. That's mine. I'm not saying anybody else should do that. I'm just saying, me personally, I can give a fuck about a cracker. So I'm not going to care what a cracker thinks I should look like at their job because I wouldn't want it no way.
The cracker doesn't care. Your boyfriend cares, asking you to tone it down.
I wouldn't be with him. That's what I'm saying. I would not be with him. I'd let him go on and do his life working for the cracker, but I would not be with him. That's me personally. Now, if that person is in that situation, I mean, you got to give and give in any relationship. That's just, I wouldn't be in that type of relationship.
It doesn't seem like the woman is understanding how to compromise and do something that the man is asking her to do.
Yeah, my man would just never ask me to do that.
Your man would never ask you to compromise?
Not for no crack. Not for his mama neither. He wouldn't ask me to change my hair for his mama. No, you started to fuck with.
Then you are clearly in a hyena relationship where you're the one in charge, and he's.
No, he's sitting right here beside me. I wouldn't ask him to change himself for nobody, and he wouldn't ask me to change myself for nobody. I like him for who he is. He like me for who I am, and fuck what everybody else like. That's just how we feel.
Okay, the hyena style relationship where you are actually.
Well, if that's what you want to call it, I mean, it's just love based on love, not on somebody else's opinion.
Not love based on love, because love,
yes, it is,
entails compromise.
Why would I need to change for somebody that I'm not in a relationship with? My man owns his own business, so he ain't got to clock in for a cracker. So ain't no cracker finna ask him to cut his hair no damn way.
What if your man loses his business and he has to start working for a cracker?
He's not going to. He's going to start another business. He gonna make money however he can. He been doing it for 11 years. He don't have to work for a cracker.
What if your man decides he wants to work for a cracker?
Well, if he decides he wants to, then we decided we over. Because I'm not in that. I'm not gonna be in that relationship. I'm not gonna be in that relationship.
Sir, there you go, sir. Do not.
That's just me, and it's nothing against him. He got to follow his dreams. But my dream ain't to be with a man that's gonna clock in for a cracker and change himself for a cracker.
Maybe his dream is, and now all of a sudden you're gonna leave him because
that would just be his dream on his own.
Run.
I wouldn't be in that relationship. He wouldn't have to run because I would not be in that relationship. Why would he need to run if I'm already telling him, hey, baby, we don't click here no more. We don't click here no more, so I'm going to exit the relationship. Why would he have to run when I've already told him it's over?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
told you. I saw this.
Go find you a compromising cracker, sir.
There was a lot. What's the funk? I would like to answer your question.
All right, hey, Lady J, get your question in, and then we have to wrap this part up to get to the next topic.
If my man asks me to not wear colored hair or whatever, or heavy makeup to a work function, I would oblige. I would be like, okay, I get that. Because for most men, I don't like to make absolute statements. Most men care about their money, right? If he's trying to get a promotion, look, babe, if I show up and I'm cute and I look presentable, or I look however you want me to look for you to get this promotion, I definitely will. Because if you don't get that promotion, you'll later resent me for it. Does that make sense? And even if you don't resent me for it, as your woman, I'm supposed to do what I can to help you, however way you feel like I need to help you. So that's different between professional and personal. Like your mama gonna see me, she gonna see me.
Why are women willing to show more respect to the profession, showing respect to him and his family?
Because we live in a cracker-driven world.
Because with his family, it's gonna come. That's just
today's
like,
word is cracker. Jesus. Okay.
Well, it's plenty of black-owned businesses.
Yeah, we didn't bring race into this.
I'm not gonna bring race into it. But with family, it's gonna come a time where you have to be you. If you don't have that safe haven of being who you are and wearing what you want to wear,
the colored with all that is not
do it?
You anyway.
May I say something real quick?
Is you? That's your facade. That is not between your facade and who you are.
May I say something real quick?
Show up as who you are.
Hold on, let me finish this thought.
No, that was it.
I just wanted to make it clear as to why I'm on the side that I'm on. I'm a revolutionary, to be honest with you. We live in a white man's world. There is nothing in this world that doesn't have anything to do with racism. Even our relationships amongst black men and women, our dynamic, the way we go after each other, the way we don't understand each other, the way we don't communicate with each other, the way we don't love each other, all stems back to this patriarchal white supremacist ass society that we live in.
The way we don't.
Yeah, but we gotta actually know. We actually have to know what the actual problem is too. And the problem is this society that we live in. It's not structured in a way to be beneficial to us as human beings. It's not structured in a way to be beneficial to any type of relationship.
You can't make this shit up.
Sir,
parents and children have fucked up relationships. Boyfriend and girlfriend have fucked up relationships. Husband and wives have fucked up relationships. We all have screwed up relationships because we live in a society that is absolutely backward to who we are supposed to be as human beings. That's why a lot of our relationships don't work. That's why divorce is so high. That's why we have so many partners in life. Because none of us know what we're doing for real. We live in a backward ass world.
Sir, run for your life.
All right, so that was a great first segment. We're going to jump into the second segment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reload. We get the full screen. Give me 1 sec. So we're going to go over some examples from the dating sites of different types of women, and we'll talk about the video plays. So let me back this up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Oops. All right. Make sure this audio is on. Sorry. Okay.
So how's New York City for you ladies? So how's New York City ladies?
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Keep that coming. I like that a lot. Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hit my shit, but I'm on my shit. I has no chill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is. Taylor Susan, I play the part. Book a fire, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man, that I'm stupid. Then I get so clever on my little. I'm talking hella flow, baby, you know better. I'm goofy and I make the bitch laugh. You uptight and outclass. Reality check like whiplash. I'm breaking neck, they like who's that? When I'm in love, I'm married, I'm one of a kind. I'm by this up, ain't gotta be rocking the ladies. Heat up your phone when you're playing my playlist. Sophisticated, you can hear my fingers feeling what I'm saying. Metaphoric mirror make you rejuvenated. Every day feel like that nigga. Pick shit, that thing, yes, I'm with her. Got time, text, mine, just lit her. Get them boys and they waiting for her. Like new flows, give them new feels. I'm son of bearing gifts, pop up flow to great hits. Every day feel like that nigga. Pick shit, bigger. See if that thing, yes, I'm with her. Got time, text, mine, just lit her. Boys and they waiting for her. Like new flows, give them new feels. I'm son of flow, bearing gifts, pop up flow to great. Got I'm never going some. Leave bad, but me ride like shit and see me and fantasies. A middle even romantic. If it come up short, you got the choice. Blow your kisses, make your wedding choice. Make a ask me the way you at me. Couple word make you say that's me. Nasty, make a heart to walk past me. Smile away from me. Couple words make you say that's me. You know, them haters. Looking for me, pimping, continuing what them can't quote me. I'm resurrecting my lost establish your bell complexion. Flow hip, jump flow, baby. You ain't gotta tell me. Every day feel like that. Pick shit, see if that thing, yes, I'm got time, text, mine, just lit up. Get them boys and they waiting for like.
All right. So that was a little information about just a couple different types of females you find on the dating sites. And so I am going to go back a couple of their bios and we'll kind of dissect them real quick. So the first girl, there was no real issues that I saw with her other than just the and I feel like I'll say this: if you're looking for serious with someone or in a relationship with someone on a dating website, you want to see the real them, which is kind of the whole object of this live feed right now. So you don't want to see someone with filters on, animal ears and dog noses and all stuff. That's it's the right place because no guy wants to see that. Is that right, King and Jason? Do you want on a profile?
Hey, first date, we going swimming. First date, we going swimming. There's an echo.
Unfortunately, let's be logical. Wait, we got to repeat. We got to echo, don't we?
Yeah, hey Sean.
Echo, don't we?
Yeah, hey Sean. You might want to take down. Yeah,
the audio. Sorry.
You might want to take down.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Should be good now.
So, it's like logically you would think men don't want to see that, but more on dating sites. So when they see the filters, when they see the puppy dog faces, when they see the enlarged whatever, like that gets more responses than women not doing. They say that isn't what men want to see, because again, if women are on these do that versus them not doing that, they're getting way more responses. So we can't see it.
I would argue that, well, at least for me, I don't take them seriously. I wouldn't take them seriously. If you say you're seriously looking for a relationship,
people are trying to hook up, likely, so they don't really care. It's not about them taking it seriously or not. They're just trying to hit a first date, if anything, on a dating app, so they don't really filters and the all that stuff. They're just trying to have conversations and they hook up. Right. If it was all about actually marrying these women, then they would actually have and see, the women as they truly are. But if it's about a hookup,
which most dating apps are.
Yeah, but the thing is, another reason why I picked these profiles. I don't know if you guys can see what it says, but I'm gonna read this one. So it says, "Healthcare worker. If you want something casual, please don't bother yourself." So I'm going to assume that she's looking for something serious because she actually says she's looking for wedding bands. She has a kid and wants more. And she's Christian/Catholic. She has her bachelor's degree. And she's 5'5", curvy, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to take her at her word. It says she's serious. She's looking for an actual relationship. Or a beta male to come in and take care of her child. Whatever. But fast forward a little bit on this. On her name, I doubt her name's pretty, but the pictures, they aren't bad. They definitely do draw you in. But there's one picture in particular that you're only looking for something casual, something serious. They definitely sent the wrong message by skip past it. Having your ass out. I can't get there. We go. So, what about?
She just loves America.
It's a nice backside.
It really.
It isn't.
Her
It's a
ass
nice backside, but the thing is,
that is
it's like
what I'm trying to say.
The pics
What?
not matching the message. If you're saying you want, looking for serious and all this and that, then why are you trying to, show your
Thirst
ass?
trap.
Maybe there's somebody that seriously likes that.
But this
Y'all
is
are
the
laughing,
title of
but
the show.
Maybe there's
But-
somebody that seriously likes that. So she's there's still somebody out there for her, just as she is.
We're not
That's
saying
not-
that. We're not saying it at all. We all men like that. I mean, 9 out of 10 guys, you poll 9 out of 10 guys are gonna say they like
But
that
there is
picture.
still someone that will actually wife her up and be good to her and take care of her children and build with her. There is someone that will still do that with her dressed just like that in this picture.
Ooh,
What
she
I'm
got a
saying
fat
is-
ass, man. I'm gonna go in here and take her serious. That's not
Right.
what that message is sending.
But then it's not for you. It's not the message. The message ain't for you. The message is for the person that likes it.
Because
This-
somebody
oh.
probably didn't have to click that far on her profile before they decided that they
Right.
wanted to be with her.
Exactly.
Oh, you
Do you
guys love
think
making
that
excuses
people are
for your
looking at the
for your-
profile?
What do you mean
saying,
It's not
excuses?
about making
Excuses for people
excuses.
to do what they want to do with their bodies and themselves. If
Exactly.
you don't
talking about
like
it-
that, and there's
what we're
nothing
talking
wrong
about
with
here-
not liking it. I don't see nothing wrong with not liking it. Everybody is
No,
entitled
if I
to their
don't like it,
preference. But if you
you
don't
guys
like it,
It's a
obviously you
fantastic-
don't. You don't like it seriously. You
But
don't
I'm not
like it
gonna be like,
seriously.
"Ooh, yeah, man.
the
there's
correct,
my
the
wife
correct
right
word
there."
is serious. The
So-
correct word is serious because this
But I
girl
mean,
will
but
not
okay,
take
okay.
seriously.
Listen,
This
hold
girl
on,
to
hold
me
on.
is a fun girl.
But you hold
That's what
on.
I'm trying
You
to tell
can't.
you.
But you can't tell her how to be, right? Right? Just
Why
like she
can't-
can't tell you how to be. Just like she can't tell you how to be. Y'all are both going to go on there and find people that you like, okay? You like them. You might find out you don't like them. And then that's that. And then you on to the next person on the fucking scroll. But the thing of it is that eventually you're both going to find someone, hopefully, that likes you for you and you like them for them. So why waste all of this time trying to dictate what people should be doing if they want to do something? You don't know what means serious to her, just like she don't know what means serious to you. Somebody might take that seriously, and that might be good enough. That might be just right for her.
Okay,
You
so
don't like
but
it.
in
That's
my-
title
fine.
of this live
in my-
That's
is
fine.
about dressing the part.
There's nothing wrong with not liking
trying
that.
to want.
Exactly. Thank
you
you.
can dress how you want to a job interview, or you can dress up the position that you want. If she wants the position of serious man, nothing casual, she's underdressing that position.
This isn't a picture
But
you should be
in
putting
whose
on profile
eyes,
and saying
though?
you're serious.
And the
This is a
person who's
picture you put on profile
okay.
for a casual relationship.
No, in yours, because someone is still going to like her and still take her seriously, just like she's looking for. It just ain't gonna be you, obviously.
Yeah.
It
okay.
ain't gonna be you. And what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Someone will still love this woman just as she is. And what is wrong with that? Why waste all this time trying to tell somebody what they should and should not do with
The
their
exact same
own
thing if you're
bodies when somebody
about a
out there will
job
still love
situation.
them?
Because
There's
it's
Somebody
not
out there
being-
is still gonna love them.
who's amazing
But
person,
hold on.
super smart, and some
Hold
jobs
on,
gonna
guys.
hire him.
It seems like Precious has something to say. I want to hear Precious. She's been quiet for a while.
I was gonna say that for one, men always say they want, a certain type of figure and blah, 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 blah. In this picture, it looks like she is just showing off her figure. Now, whether you like it and you don't want the cheeks in your face as a man, hey, you don't want the cheeks in your face. But, at least she's showing you what exactly you're gonna get when you meet her or when you see her. Now, I personally wouldn't post a picture like this, but at the same time, men are very visual, and this is a very visual. I can appreciate a nice woman's body, so I'm just staring at the stars. But men are visual, like you know what I mean. Y'all are visual, so like, why have an issue with this when she's fully dressed? her cheeks are covered, her boobs are covered. She, you know, like if it's not what you like, it's not what you like, but it's what she wanted to put out there to say, hey, this is who I am. Again, personally, I wouldn't have posted a picture like this, but at
Why
the
wouldn't
same
you?
time, she's not.
Why wouldn't you?
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
Yes.
Because I have a thing. I have a thing. If anyone who personally knows me, I have a thing with access. You at a certain, you're not gonna get a certain type of access from me. It's like levels. It's levels to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? And
Go on.
at a dating site level, I wouldn't feel comfortable enough posing like that, but maybe she does. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it in my own skin. I would do it in person in front of them, but to put it online for others to see is not something I'm comfortable doing in my skin because I feel like that's too much access. But
you'll get cleavage access, but not cheeks access.
Yeah, because cleavage is a little feminine. Like, that's feminine. Like, I feel like when you guys see my ass, that's personal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, cleavage, I mean, most people will see your cleavage depending on what type of shirt you wear, and it's not crazy cleavage. But I feel like when you get down to the ass, like
that's sacred.
It take a lot of effort to pose like that.
It do, like, you know, stretch.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing all that.
Nope,
but
you
know
get
what
good
I mean?
old
She has
self.
a nice figure. She has a nice body. If she feels comfortable doing that, then kudos to her and kudos to the guy that appreciates her and her body.
Maybe it's just me, but you're making the statement that we're trying to convey as far as the message go, because you're saying for you and your reason, you're saying a picture like this you would have for your husband, for your man, for that one that gets to see that type of picture.
Have that access to everybody on, you know, whatever these
those are her boundaries, though. Those are her boundaries, and you can't set boundaries and set stipulations on other people.
Those may be her boundaries.
You just find the people that match yours.
I'm going to tell you what
you can't
put. I'm not going to say she's wrong for doing it.
You can't put other boundaries and stipulations on what other people want to do with their bodies. You find people that value what you value. If that's not what you value, find somebody that values what you value. Don't go through nitpicking about other people that you ain't even gonna date. I mean, if you ain't even gonna date her, leave her alone and let her find somebody that loves her for her, doing what she is doing in her own skin, and they do it together. And go hunch on somebody that has the same values as you.
So it'll go back to accountability on this, because the point I'm trying to convey to you is this picture to a man of his soul is showing a red flag, because you know what? While she is beautiful and I love the curves that she has, I have no issues with that. I would not take her seriously. The red flag with this woman. Hold on. The red flag that she is showing you is there's going to be issues down the road. There are plenty of girls out there that do the same thing, and they end up as single mothers, and they say that all men are shit. Hold on. They say all men are shit, all men are trash, and they complain. Because you know what? They didn't take accountability in the beginning for portraying the kind of person that they want to receive. Because this picture is showing me that, you know what? Respect me any way you want to respect me. Not respect me as a woman or as a lady. Because like Precious said, hold on. Like Precious said, this isn't the kind of picture that you show to everybody. This picture should be for your man, for your husband, for maybe even your wife if she's into that. But putting this out there for everyone and expecting to find a serious relationship, come on, take some accountability.
Yeah. I think if you level set,
I think y'all are delusional.
If you level set,
I think you high.
Hold on. If you level set and just out of all of her pictures, take this one picture and put a poll up and ask a poll of 20 men, hey, based on this one picture, now I'm putting this into a box. Based on this one picture, wife or fun times, you're in general going to get more men on this one
Why? Why do that?
Fun
Why
times.
even do it?
No,
Why even do it?
Trying to convey though is
Why
what
even do it? Why waste your
Because
time
that's
dissecting
what
other
a
people
crowd
that you're
does.
never going to be interested in, and just spend your time finding the people that you want, that are doing the things that you want to do, that value the same things that you value. Why spend your time talking about what somebody else won't do that you're never going to date any fucking way?
That is the mindset of failure. I'm not saying you in general, not you specifically. I'm saying in general. That is the mindset of failure. Saying like,
what the
I'm
hell
gonna
you
do whatever
bring
I
me
want to
to?
do.
What
I'm
did you
gonna do
do?
whatever I want to do.
You know I love you, but I'm so lost right now. I'm so
Because you
lost.
high.
What the
So
fuck?
that's because you speak out during the conversation. That's why you lost.
I'm allowed to interject right now.
No, I'm lost because this makes absolutely no fucking sense. But go ahead. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I mean, I'm somewhat of a comedian sometimes, so I just say
And you
shit in a funny fucking way. But this is weird. But go ahead.
So,
go ahead, Lady J.
When you put yourself on a dating website, right, and you say you want something serious, and this is why I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So you say you want something serious, and you put this picture up there. You leave yourself open to everybody else's perception and interpretation of you, not who you genuinely are. Now, this could be a bait and switch where I just want you to like, click, swipe right, whatever go on dating apps these days, because it's been a while since I've been on one. And then I'll filter you out from there, because just because she posed like this don't mean she's entertaining all of it, and it don't mean she opened her legs to everybody. She probably just chose to pose like this. But at the same time, you do attract who you are and what you put out there. So if you are attracting for certain fish, you have to use a certain bait. That's the bait you use it. You can't get mad when you get certain types of fish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, nobody wants to take me seriously, or I can't get in a serious relationship. Well, baby girl, it's because the guys that will be attracted to this type of stuff don't want nothing serious. I mean, they do when they're at your house, but soon as they get in the car, they texting Tiffany, Ashley, and Tawanda. I hope that ain't nobody's name on here, but that's how you presented yourself. Not saying that's how she should be treated, but I'm saying when you post stuff, that's you leave it open to other people's perception and interpretation. That's just the beast of social media, dating apps, and anything else. Everybody gonna have an opinion. Now, are you strong enough to deal with that opinion? Are you strong enough to deal with, well, this guy, I thought I liked him, but obviously he don't want just one woman. Are you strong enough to deal with that? At some point in time, you're gonna have to change what you're doing to get a different result. And I think that's what they're trying to say. And to me, that's
I know exactly what they're trying to say. I'm just saying it's all redundant in the first place. If you focus on what you like, then you wouldn't be worried about what somebody else is doing to attract what they like. We don't know what type of person is in her inbox. We don't know how respectful or disrespectful anybody is being in her inbox. We're placing our own judgment based off what we feel about this photo. We don't know what's really going on in her inbox or any other woman's inbox. There are men that are okay with just this and will wife this woman up just as she is, doing exactly what she's doing. So to me, the whole conversation of it is redundant to have in the first place if you were focused on what you like. Yes, everybody has an opinion. And I agree with almost everything you just said. My thing is just because everybody can have an opinion on something, don't mean that you should. You might want to just shut the fuck up sometimes and just let people be who the fuck they are and love who the fuck they love, because somebody is going to love them back. There's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, but do you want everybody to love?
What strand of this?
No, you don't. That's why you date. That's why I assume that's why you date and find out who you actually like and don't like. And if people are coming at her the way she doesn't like already in the inbox, then it's easy to just say, hey, I'm not interested, and keep it fucking moving.
Yeah, and if she gonna have to keep
exactly.
I think
we're all gonna hold on. The majority of us, whether we're dating somebody that we really like or not, the majority of us are gonna have multiple partners throughout our lifetime. The majority of us. So again, it's redundant because you just gonna have to find who the fuck you like and be with that person or not and move on to the next. That's just how life works. We spend a whole lot of time talking about unnecessary shit when we could just be focused on what we want in life and go get that. Whether that be the person, the car, the house, the whatever it is you want, focus on what you want instead of arguing about what somebody else should be doing for somebody else that you don't even fucking know.
But I feel like these conversations are very important, and I can speak from my own personal experience. I couldn't figure out why I kept ending up with fuck boys. Well, because of conversations like this, my dad and other men in my life that I really love and that I cherish their opinions, they made me realize, well, you are what you attract. So if you don't like these men talking to you crazy, or you don't like this, or you don't like that, stop putting yourself out there like that. Stop letting the first time they disrespect you, you need to go. The first time they cheat on you, you need to go. Ain't no second, third, 15 chances. Like, you are what you attract. And if you want something different, do something different. Work on yourself. Be by yourself for a little bit. Change your method. And then maybe you'll get a different result. So maybe it's somebody else who's gonna listen to this and be like, well, that's why I keep getting these little fuck boys right here. Yes, you're getting these fuck boys because you're putting yourself out there that you just down the fuck first date. Like, you letting them see the ass before they get to meet you, but when you gonna see his credit score?
Say it, Lady J.
And some people, some women, unfortunately, we don't have other women or other anybody in our life. Really, everybody's just trapped in this fantasy world of social medias and, like we brought up earlier, filters and all this other stuff of fantasy, that they don't really ever even get to the real thing, and so they don't even know what real is. If it
We're all trapped in this shit. That's why we're having these type of conversations in the first place.
So we have to have these
trapped in this fuckery.
So that maybe people will start waking up and being like, oh, okay, well, it's not all about my body. It's not all about this. Right. Now, she can be a very nice girl. We don't know that. We do not know that. And the men who look at her profile, not going to know that either until they meet her. And it's up to her to be like, nah, bro, I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. She could be that type of woman. We don't know. But I know there's a lot of women out there that's not like that. They feel like their value stops at their body. Like, I may not be able to get him to like me for me, but I can get him to like me for the sex. You know how many women think that? Like, nah, baby girl, you got it twisted. And you got it twisted.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that a lot of women do lead with their bodies, unfortunately, because they've been programmed to believe that that's all they're worth. Mm-hmm. Like, cooking, cleaning, and sex. Like, no, if that's all you feel that you're worth, somebody told you wrong.
Mm-hmm. This society. We live in a patriarchal society. We live in a society where men took women's rights, not even black men. This is why I tell y'all everything. This is why I come from this perspective of how I come from.
I feel it. I feel you. It's burning inside.
Yeah, crackers. I mean, that's what it is.
You got that crack.
That's what it is. Like for real. Like, honestly, patriarchy and white supremacy started when these motherfuckers took over and called this motherfucker America. We have adapted to and adopted those fucking ways. The reason women live in fear is because, well, women didn't have rights for the longest. Men told women what to do, what to wear, where to go, who to talk to, when to think, when to shut the fuck up, when to get pregnant, when to have a baby. This is all residual fucking bullshit that we have to deal with from the society that we built, not even that we built, that white people built off fucking slavery. All of this shit got us all fucked.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Oh, hell, that was weird.
But I
don't even know what the fuck I was
I want
anymore.
you to know that it's not just like an American issue. One of the most
I know that, baby. I'm a whole revolutionary. Baby, I've been doing activism for almost 15 years. I'm very lettered on what the fuck is going on in this world. And I know it's not just America. Colonization was everywhere, baby. White people put their hands in other people's shit every fucking where. That's why this whole world is fucked up. That's why I want to burn it down. That's why I want to burn it down.
Look, Kill. We're all Misha. We hear you, but
the problem situation at hand with misrepresenting is what it boils down to. Because you can't be upset with the results you get or the type of guys you get when you post these kind of thirst trappers. And if you happen to pregnant and become a single mom, sorry, but it's going to come back to you because
I don't like that attitude.
A certain caliber of man. Hold on, you're attracting a certain man. And you're raising your chances of bad things happening with that certain caliber of man.
I wanted to ask Sean and the white ladies at the heavy filters. Would you have the exact same points and for the lady, the cracker killer? Would you also have the exact same advice or the same position for the white ladies with the filters.
Oh, those weren't. Those are real.
No, those were not their real faces. Those were
talking about these last few pictures.
See, I thought the same thing.
That's heavy makeup.
I thought the same thing too.
Yes,
that's just heavy makeup. I've
Okay,
seen the
go to the
photo.
blonde on everything. Go to the blonde one. Blonde one.
Heavy ass makeup. Heavy ass makeup. Heavy ass makeup.
Those are also filters, y'all.
With them bat wings.
All of those are filtered. Okay.
Okay, stop. Hold on. Here it is.
Okay.
Filtered.
No. I'll tell you guys. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Pause for a second.
Okay.
These came from my personal. I've swiped. I don't know this girl Samantha
You took the
specifically. No. But I've seen her other social media. This is her. She's
and she probably had filters on every. Do you see how poreless her skin is in that? Ain't nobody skin made like that in real life.
Yeah,
that's a filter, baby. That's a filter.
I know. This is right. That is not a filter. She wears heavy makeup like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It looks like a filter, but it's not.
Okay, well, makeup is a filter, ain't it? I mean, it's literally a filter. Makeup is literally a fucking filter. So it's same difference. Same difference. Same difference. King said he was gonna go swimming on the first date. So same difference. You still trying to take the face off that ain't really hers.
You know what I'm saying when I say filter. We talking about electronic
filters,
I know.
Makeup filters. I know what you're saying.
All right, so let's just stay on the same page. Come on. But yeah, this is heavy makeup. We probably aren't. Mine's a bit more structured. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, women who present like this, and this conversation has been had for a long time. Can you really know the person who's wearing this heavy makeup, and do you think that they are they're hiding something, or they have insecurities when they're wearing makeup such heavy makeup?
They may, but don't we all have insecurities?
That point that Sean is why my answer to what
some people is ugly in real life. They still need to be loved.
But then let them be ugly and get love.
No, let them feel beautiful. Let them feel beautiful. You gonna know what they look like eventually. Ain't nobody finna wear makeup 24/7. So you gonna know if that motherfucker is ugly in real life or not. And ugly people need love too, but they also need to feel beautiful too. So let them throw on their makeup every now and then. What is the big deal?
Well, we're trying to tell you.
Original question.
I don't even know.
The original question is: when a woman wears such heavy makeup, do you think that she has insecurities, or is she trying to hide something? Is she not happy with what's actually underneath that makeup?
That depends person to person. That depends person to person. I know I don't wear makeup all the time, but I do like makeup, and I wasn't allowed to wear makeup until I was grown. I was grown. YouTube taught me how to put on makeup. So sometimes I would accidentally put on too much. So I mean, it just depends. I'm not insecure at all. I just really like the look of makeup, like I like my eyes. So I love eyeliner because it brings out my eyes. I don't do like the wings and all of that stuff, but yeah, it can be insecurities because I know women who will not leave their house at all to go to Walmart to get gas or nothing without makeup. To me, that's crazy.
True.
So some people it's insecurity, and some people it's just a form of art.
You like your eyes? Do you wear fake eyelashes?
I do wear fake eyelashes. I love lashes.
Is that not a bit of you love lashes? Is that not a piece of insecurity about how your eyes naturally look that you need on top of them?
No, I feel like they bring out my eyes more. I know that sounds crazy to you because you obviously
sound crazy.
I hope you don't play in makeup, but yeah, I feel like they bring out the shape of my eyes more. Now I don't wear the long spiders. I don't. Nope. Just small, little cute, little classy, little strip.
You stop at one. You stop at 1 inch. You don't go past that.
I don't even think. I don't know what about one. I don't measure them. I have my one type, my one brand. People always think they're mine.
Can your eyelashes touch your eyebrows?
No.
All right, so
no.
It's okay. And you fly with them.
No. if a heavy wind blew and I was outside, I would not be taken away. I would not take flight. But that's just my personal preference. It's just like I'm an eyebrow person, so I get my eyebrows done. I look at everybody else's eyebrows too. It's something about eyes and eyebrows that I love. I don't know. I just feel like they're pretty. And they come in so many different shapes and sizes. Like even the caterpillar eyebrows. I appreciate them all. So no, it could be insecurity, could not be insecurity.
Okay, well, Sean, I think we are at a natural ending point. I know that we here at the Dating Game, we had a bit of a struggle. This was the first situation set up like this, but we will continue to have these discussions with you, the audience, the people, and everybody else out there, and look at bringing a better quality product going forward. Sean, as the host, close out the show, brother, and yeah, you have the floor.
All right, so I'm gonna try to close this out with the way I wanted to close it out, but let's see if my computer will let us do it. It doesn't kind of be a choppy mess, so just bear with me.
It's that time again. So remember the Alamo?
To do another one of our cute little skits?
No, it's time to learn the day's lesson. And to find out what it is, we turn to the Wheel of Morality. Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Moral number 3. And the moral of today's story is...
So the moral was basically dressing for the position you want. Now, if you say you want a husband, then you want to keep in mind what that entails. And you have to make sure that you're a wife. Not just a girl, not a lady, but you're wife-minded, and you have to make sure that, you're looking for that type of husband-minded man. So, like I said, if you're posting thirst traps still, no matter what age you are, you're probably not ready for it. Anyone else have some words you want to end on or a moral that you want to share before we sign off?
I do.
I just wanted to say, I said, you guys, it was like a high school kid, losing his virginity. You guys got through it. It was a little bit rough. And next time it'll be a lot easier. It was a great first, stream.
Oh, thank you. Precious,
You're
go ahead.
welcome.
Well, I thought Lady J was gonna say something. I'll go after Lady J.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So my pearls of wisdom is love yourself and find out who you are, and that way you can attract the type of person that fits into your lifestyle and who you are, and you won't meet these people that kind of try and change you, and you can be upfront and not be selling a fantasy, because then that's why relationships don't work out. So if you learn who you are, love who you are, then you can afford and you have space to love somebody else. And then that person can come in and love you for who you genuinely are. Not saying don't compromise, because that was a big thing today. But when you love yourself and know who you are, you know your boundaries. You know what you can and cannot bend or submit to. Yeah, and
Tough word to say.
That's the biggest thing. It's just love yourself, just for yourself. Find out who you are, because when you learn your value and you start valuing your value, you'll naturally attract people that value you too.
Very well said.
I would definitely agree with Lady J and what she said, and knowing your value. But I would also like to tell women, like I said earlier, access is important. And when you think about jewels and you think about things that have high value, they're hidden. They're not out for everyone to see. Everyone doesn't know where they're located. There's a lock and key and a code to get to her. And so women need to understand that there's nothing wrong with being hidden. There's nothing wrong with not being on the scene. There's nothing wrong with not, being on the forefront. Being hidden is actually where you want to be, because being hidden allows you to know what your value is and to actually work on yourself, so that when you are on the forefront and you are in front of an audience, it'll show from the inside out and not necessarily from the outside out. So it's okay to be hidden, ladies, because most things that are hidden have the most value.
Gotta dig for diamonds.
Give her a round of applause, please, King. Hit that round of applause button. And
don't forget Kalanisha.
Oh yeah,
she tells us to burn it all. burn it all.
He's still
I
with
don't
us,
really
Lisa?
find killing Nisha cute, but y'all can laugh it up. I'm for real.
Everything I say will probably trigger you. It's okay.
I do appreciate you inviting me here, King. And if y'all have me back, I'll be back. But I know I'm an acquired taste. So if y'all don't invite me back, ain't no hard feelings.
No, we
I
gonna
have
have you
fun here
back.
tonight with the in and out. But I do. I come from a different perspective. I am highly indulged in my community as far as my activism, and I just see things from a totally different point of view. I would love for Black men and women to be more united, because we're not going to get to the excellence that we really are until we learn how to communicate with one another. And I think we would like to dismiss racism and think that it doesn't have that big of a deal in our everyday issues, especially when it comes to relationships, but it does. And I believe that until we understand that, until we tackle that, and we tackle this patriarchal, white supremacist society, world that we live in, we're never going to have that type of Black excellence that is absolutely capable. We are absolutely capable. We built this world. We are the creators of life, and until we understand that white people mean us no good when it comes to our unity amongst our own people, I don't think we're ever going to get out of these type of conversations. So I do come from a different perspective. I respect everybody else's opinions, but mine is just different, and I don't easily move. So like I said, I'm an acquired taste. So if y'all don't invite me back, I understand. But if you do, I would love to come back.
We're gonna have you back, I promise. At least one more time.
At least one more.
Everyone
I
gets
bet you after you pick up some historical books and start thinking about what I said, you'll have me back every week.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not big on reading. King, you go ahead and close us out, buddy.
All right. So when it comes to the subject of our video today, which was dressing for the position that you want, my final take on everything is having an understanding of what that means. For example, I'm a guy that my regular daytime job, if you will, whenever I have to go into the office, requires me to wear a suit and tie for the most part. All right. When I leave that job and I go out into the public, people talk to me differently when I'm in the suit and tie, dressed out. I get a lot more, hey, sirs, you know, there's just a difference in how I'm approached and how people perceive me.
Respect. I'm sorry. That's the word.
Yes. Whenever I've got my suit and tie. Now, me, 90% is a t-shirt, my chain, and some basketball shorts. That's me whenever I'm comfortable, whenever I want to go out. And I get treated way differently whenever I'm in my, chain, t-shirt, and basketball shorts out at the same places and the same, locations versus whenever I've got my suit and tie. So, but that's me understanding. I don't trip about that. That's just me understanding that I understand what my message is when I'm, dressed a certain way and how I'm perceived, versus when I'm dressed a different way and I'm out in public and things like that. So, and when it comes to the dating apps, it would be nice if people didn't lie to themselves, in my opinion, didn't lie to themselves by, if they're saying that they want a serious relationship, which Sean and I have seen some other photos where 9 out of 10 they're wearing next to nothing, boobs all up, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And that message doesn't convey serious, it more conveys fun times. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just make the message make sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for you guys for this episode, this installment. But tune in for next time when we're next live. We'll be sure to post something, let you guys know when it's going to be. But yeah, I had a great time. Thanks everyone for joining. Just real quick, if anyone has a handle in type of like Instagram or Facebook, whatever handle they want to drop right now, now's the time before we close out the show.
Y'all can follow me, Lisa the God, on TikTok.
Lisa the God, okay?
I am on YouTube under TheRealPrecious.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Close
Good
us
night, y'all. Nice to
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are, I'm who I is. Taylor Susan, I play the part. Funkify, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man, that I'm stupid. Then again, oh so clever. On my loony, pour that lever. Talk my shit, I'm talking hella.